Over 70% of households in the US have a pet, but have you ever thought that besides humans, other animals are also willing to risk their lives to save us? It could be your chubby cat, a fierce pit bull, or even some strange sea creatures you've never seen before. Alright, let's dive right in. When a big humpback whale started to push and guide the scientist Nan Hauser through the water, she was very confused. At first she was scared and didn't know what to do. Then she realized the whale had seen something she hadn't. A big, scary tiger shark swimming nearby. When Nan saw the shark, she understood that the whale was trying to keep her safe and bring her back to her boat. Tiger sharks are one of the shark species that can attack people for no reason, and because of that, they're considered one of the most dangerous sharks in the world. Sharks have been around for 450 million years, and there are about 440 different kinds of sharks, but only about 30 of them are actually dangerous to humans. Tiger sharks are one of the big three dangerous sharks, along with great white sharks and bull sharks. Oh, I don't want to be bitten by those teeth. Nan, a lifelong whale conservationist, had never witnessed such an extraordinary event. Although she was aware of whales protecting seals from orcas, this was truly unique. While she couldn't read the whales' minds, she was certain of their desire to help other creatures. It's also interesting to note that more people die from bee stings or coconuts falling on their heads than from shark attacks. What if you're swimming in the ocean and all of a sudden dolphins started circling you? It'd be like being your own personal dolphin show. But there's a twist. A pod of dolphins saved a group of swimmers from a great white shark off the coast of North New Zealand. The incident occurred when lifeguard Rob Howes was swimming with his 15-year-old daughter Nisi and two of her friends near the town of Whangarei. He recounted that the dolphins started herding us together, pushing us all together by swimming in tight circles around us. He explained that when he tried to escape the protective huddle, two larger dolphins forced him back in. Then I realized my mistake, he said. A massive 3-meter great white shark was charging straight at us, but it seemed to be repelled by the circle of dolphins and swam away. He continued it was only about 2 meters from me. At this moment, he realized that the dolphins had formed a protective circle around them. Another lifeguard, Matt Fleet, saw the dolphins circling the swimmers and slapping their tails on the water to keep them still. He told the newspaper that he could clearly see the sharks circling around us well, but the dolphins must have sensed that humans were in danger and they needed to act to protect them. Experts say that dolphins only attack sharks when it's necessary to protect themselves and their young. Perhaps they see humans as weak creatures that need to be protected. That's what we want you to think about this creature for. However, from a scientific point of view, it's just a reflex. When they see something falling in the sea, whether it's a sponge or a piece of wood, dolphins will lift it up, and most importantly, they have to surface to breathe after a while. This further confirms that dolphins saving people is just a conditioned reflex to the action of lifting foreign objects on the sea surface while they surface to regulate their breathing. Yuck! Pigs really like playing in the mud, so they're usually pretty dirty. But don't judge them by their appearance. A pig once saved a woman's life in Pennsylvania when she had a heart attack. When Joanne Altsman had a heart attack at home, her husband was out fishing. It seemed like death was near, but she was lucky to have her loyal companion, Lula, the pig. Pigs are incredible, intelligent, and sensitive animals, so Lula knew right away that something was wrong when she saw Joanne lying there. After trying unsuccessfully to help Joanne get up, she ran outside, stood in the middle of the road, squealing loudly until a driver stopped to see why the pig was making so much noise. Lula led the man to Joanne. An ambulance was called immediately before it was too late. The doctor said if they hadn't been there just 15 minutes later, she might not be here to tell us the story. Pigs are actually in the top 10 most intelligent animals on Earth, Studies have shown that a middle-aged pig can be smart as a 3-year-old human. That's why more people are keeping pigs as pets instead of turning them into sausages. Because of her brave act, Lula was rewarded with lots of jelly donuts. Yeah, I love jelly donuts too. You might think of pit bulls as tough and scary dogs, but they can actually be very gentle and make great babysitters for kids. This next story is a perfect example. This story happened to a family in California. On a beautiful day, well, actually it wasn't that great. A fire broke out while the mother Nana Chai and her child were asleep. The dog Sasa was smart enough to realize the danger and ran to Nana Chai, barking to wake her up. Then Sasa ran to the baby's room, carried the baby out of the fire. Luckily, all three of them managed to escape just in time. Look at this exit. If they had been a little slower, no one would have survived. Now it's time to clean up this mess, but they're incredibly grateful for life and for their dog, Sasa, who saved them. We just saw a dog save someone from a fire. What could be better than that? Oh, right. How about a pit bull rescuing a family and their pack of dogs, not just once, but twice in the same house fire? Early on Tuesday morning, smoke and flames engulfed this family's home near Wellston. Rhonda Westenberger said she and her sister Evelyn were deep in dreamland, completely unaware of the danger approaching until their pit bull named Baby came to their rescue. She shared that the 10-year-old dog kept barking and nudging them until they woke up. By the time they realized that the smoke was filling the room, they had only seconds to escape the burning house. The fire was blazing down the hallway and about to reach their room. If Baby hadn't woke Evelyn up, I don't think they could have made it out. The woman managed to escape, but there were still 5 puppies trapped inside. So once again, Baby sprang into action. Baby charged through the flames, grabbing each puppy by the neck and carrying them out, one by one, before the fire consumed the house. Although the house was destroyed, Baby gave them hope and a chance to rebuild. Oh, just a moment. The firefighters have discovered that the cause of the fire was a home dryer. Every year, firefighters across the country respond to around 13,820 home fires caused by clothes dryers. About 27% of these fires are caused by accumulation of lint. So remember, clean the dryer duct at least once a year. Alright, maybe this isn't the story of a brave animal saving lives, but Sammy the chicken has always been by Dave Cox's side, helping him get through tough times. While dogs are often called man's best friend, for Dave Cox, his heart belongs to a chicken. After saying goodbye to his faithful dog Court, Dave didn't think he could ever bond with another animal the same way. And then fate stepped in when he came back from a pet store with a tiny chick in his hand. Many people didn't see chickens as caring, fun companions, but Dave thought differently. This dynamic duo went everywhere together, from Florida to New Orleans, Louisiana, whether it was to the beach or just to the grocery store. Did you know that owning a chicken as a pet is very different from having a dog? While dogs might run up to you, wag their tails, and lick your face, chickens aren't quite like that. They don't show affection the same way dogs do, but they can recognize your voice and face. Right now, Dave and Sammy's adventures are getting a lot of attention on Instagram, and the chicken has a huge following. You know the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, right? That amazing, beautiful bridge? Well, as much as it is a tourist attraction, but sadly it's also been the site of many tragic endings. Due to bipolar disorder and a series of psychosis, Kevin Hines, then just 19 years old, attempted to take his own life by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. As he was falling, he realized how foolish it was. Amazingly, he survived the impact but was severely injured, and he fought with all his might to keep himself afloat in the freezing water. He could feel something moving in the water. A shark! I'm doomed, he thought in panic. But then to his surprise, the creature gave him a little push towards the shore. He had no idea what had rescued him until he saw photos taken by witnesses. It turned out to be a sea lion. How incredible is that? If it had been a great white shark, the story might have turned out very differently. After realizing it was a mistake, Kevin Hines now travels the world, educating people about mental health and suicide prevention. Let's give a like for the heroic sea lion. Lions are notorious and fierce predators. I'm talking about wild lions here, not the ones you see in the circus or on The Lion King. They can attack humans if we wander into their territory. But in Ethiopia, we have a truly heartwarming story about these wild lions. A little girl was on her way home from school when she was suddenly kidnapped by 4 men. The police were hot on their trail, but a week later, when the kidnappers thought the plan was foolproof, the tables were completely turned. When the kidnappers were taking the girl away, they ran into 3 lions. You know, with 3 lions, 4 kidnappers don't stand a chance. Not even 40 would. With their powerful bite and fierce nature, they could send these guys to the underworld with just a love bite. Just look at these teeth. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that bite. The kidnappers fled, leaving the girl behind, but the lions didn't attack her, as you might expect. Instead, they stayed with her until the police arrived. According to one officer, they stood guard until we found the girl, and then they simply left her like a gift and returned to the forest. Pretty strange, right? Some experts believe that the police arrived just in time to prevent a tragedy, but others suggest that the girl's cries for help might have sounded like a lion cub's, making their lions feel the need to protect her. Anyway, for a 12-year-old Ethiopian girl, those creatures were lifesavers. Nature isn't always cruel, and lions aren't always dangerous. But still be careful around lions, okay? I wouldn't want to lose a viewer. In my book, every animal that saves a human life is a hero and deserves a medal. Do you think your cat will watch this video and rethink all the mischief they've been up to? Let me know in the comments. All right, thanks for watching.